This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Many women will get a handsome man for show, but sleep with a sexy man. I know that's going to start some trouble. Yeah, real quick though, before I get into that, just coming from the gym. I always do these from the gym parking lot, the Arena Club in Harford County, Maryland. Yeah, check out my shirt. Check out my shirt. Putting in the work. Putting in the work. Let me see. Can you see the work? Yeah, putting in the work. And I'm going to tell you what. It came from the same place that shirt I had on last week. About that grind. All about the grind and stuff. And it came from Prevailor. PrevailerMindset.com. I'm gonna put a link in the description box. Somebody wanted to know where it came from, and I forgot to I responded and said I gotta go find the link and everything, and didn't do it, so I'm gonna put it here. All right. Yeah. Chest day. Mondays, chest day. Let me straighten this out a little bit. Chest days. Yeah, I ain't go as heavy. I ain't go as heavy on the bench. I just did 250 and shit. Just 250 because I'll probably be on the beach in August. So I'm more in cut mode anyway. More in cut mode. So I ain't going to go as heavy. And plus, I ain't getting paid to go to 315. Yeah, it's stronger. But like I said the other week, a lot of guys can't even do 225. So fuck it. I can do 225. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm already stronger than both these motherfuckers out here. So shit. Yeah, I know I get a detractor. They know you that well. Come work out with me. Shit. Speaking of working out, definitely me and cousin T-Tall, we're going to be working out before the 4th Self-Improvement Summit. So definitely hit us up, hit up C Boogie, you know, to get in there, man. I think we got at least one other person going to be there for now. I don't know how many people going to be there, but we going to be working. We gonna be working. But and speaking of cousin Tita, he actually inspired this particular car video. Because, all right, let me set up the scenario. Okay, for those who follow me on Rom TV, and especially if you subscribe, you're a subscriber, you already know I'm doing this series called Shadow Reports. Basically about the shadow work. Or, well, what may or may not be my experiences. Names have been changed to protect the not so innocent. So I was the episode I did this morning and uploaded was called Black Bulls. And basically Black Bulls, those guys who be stroking the white wife of some cuckolded white man. So, you know, I was talking about that. So before I was going to do it, I always said, you know, let me see what's up. So I did a Google search and I saw, you know, some amateur videos of these Black Bulls, you know, glimpsed at them and stuff. But I made an interesting observation. These dudes ain't no fashion model dudes. Hell, a lot of them don't even look like they were listening wrong when I talked about body game. But they got these women hollering. You can tell these amateur videos and shit. And I just laughed about it because look, and I've said this before, some of the guys who really be getting it out here, they don't look like what people think. And I remember I shot something to cousin T-Tall about it, because he had talked about that in a private webinar he did with me, you know. And he had also talked about it on one of the upper levels on his Patreons. You know, he calls it the roughneck body, like that dude who looked more like a construction worker, or, you know, just look strong but not necessarily aesthetic. Those are the ones that be tearing up a lot of women. And I've known that for a lot of the actual player dudes I've known. Not the dudes you think getting it. I mean, you know, if a dude got that look or something, yeah, they get some attention. But if you take an honest look at the dudes who really be fucking out here, like fucking, be having about multiple kids, women be going crazy over. Even some women will say that. I had a very beautiful woman who comments on my stuff. We've even talked privately. Shoot, she said, Rom, you too handsome. She like ugly sexy. It's like, shit. And I've known a few women like that. Because, see, here's the issue. There's the social face of a woman, which I've talked about numerous times, and then there's the sexual face. They're two different things. Now, of course, many women, they'll want that guy who's presentable. I put it like that. That's the best word to use for it. A presentable man that they can like take around their family, don't look too crazy. But then here's the problem. Somebody looking a certain way and somebody taking action are two different things. See, here's the thing with beauty. Here's the thing with beauty or good looks. It's passive. It's a passive quality. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, you just sit there. It's like a rose. A rose don't move around. Seriously. A rose don't move around. Indeed, energetically, it's a feminine quality. Now, this don't mean somebody's, on that zesty side or moist side. It just is passive. On a pure level, feminine energy is passive. So somebody might look a certain way, but that don't necessarily mean that's going to satisfy the woman sexually. Because a lot of that is according to, society and everything. Oh, you got to get this guy and everything. Now, it is a bait. It is a bait, of course. But that's just a part of it. And it's not the same. And I've said that numerous times. In fact, anybody who's really astute knows that. Somebody could look a certain way, but not be seen as sexy to a woman. What is sexy to a woman? Well, and I've talked about this numerous times. I'm going to hammer it into you guys. Right? What's sexy to a woman? Well, think about what's sexy to us. Not just a woman who looks good, but a woman who is receptive. She's passive. She's going to let you have your way with it. She's going to be cooperative. But then that's the opposite of women. See, if somebody is too passive with a woman, that don't turn them on. The sperm goes from the man into the woman. So they looking not just for how the guy looks. They looking for a guy going to take action. They don't want some guy going to just sit there and chill and just look good. Shoot, even in situations where the other week I talked about a man being quiet. He still got to speak up and take action once the woman makes her intentions known. Kind of like that panther thing. Panthers be sitting back chilling till you come in range, then it pounces. But that's how a man got to be no matter what. And if you look at sex, a man's thrusting. He's shooting that seed and everything. He's fucking her shit. He grabbing her by the back of her head, picking her up. They want that dude gonna be rough. Shout out Cousin Tito. He said that knuckle dragging dude. That's savage. Yeah, they are like that guy who looks good, mannerful in public. Oh yeah, they can take around their Uncle Junior to the cookout and everything. That's cool, but then they want that man gonna murder that pussy. He's gonna take that pussy. Especially at level 5 of the orgasm, they'll slap you around, be like, take this pussy, take it. And you be like, bitch, shit, what pussy is this motherfucker? Shit, they want that kind of rough dude. So sometimes what'll happen, if a woman can, yeah, she'll get that good looking guy, he cool. And especially, I'm gonna be real with y'all, especially in this day where you got women with more masculine energy. Especially them. They'll get that guy that look good because they bringing the masculine energy to the thing. And they'll just get that guy just look good, quiet, all of that. And, just ain't going to be assertive at all. And when I say assertive, knowing when to, because let me be clear on that, because I know a lot of guys, because I talked about that last week. Assertive just means when you want something, you take it. You do it. A lot of killers are assertive. But quiet but assertive. Aggressive when they have to be. Kind of like having a knife in your pocket and you walking along, somebody messing with you, take it out, slice, put it back in. You still got that aggressiveness. Let me be clear on that, because I know that sometimes somebody hear one thing but don't hear the whole thing. But getting back to it, that sexy man, he got to have something on him that look like he'll fuck her brains out. And I've told this story numerous times when I was on this job, and you know, it was a government job. I'm dressed looking nerdy and stuff, and there was a woman who told another woman and a man, said, yeah, you look nerdy, but I bet you could fuck. And it was just how I carried myself around there. Had that intensity and everything. So sometimes, but it's, for many women, they not necessarily in the same package. Now, if they in the same package, oh yeah, women love that shit. Somebody they can take out in public with them, but in a bedroom tear them up. But sometimes a lot of those guys can tear them up might be a little bit rougher looking. Indeed, that's where that term really ugly sexy come from. Because a woman looking at him, she say, well, you know, might not be able to go out to the club with him, or take him to the cookout where Uncle Junior might clam him. But that motherfucker look like he'd tear up some shit. And that's how they be saying. Because sex ain't no real sex. It starts off, it can start off as that peaceful thing, but at some point, the longer you thrusting with a woman, they want a man. They want that vitality. They, like I said, they get to about level 5 of their orgasm and stuff. Shit. They be slapping and everything. They be slapping you, talking some shit. They like harder. That's all you got? Shit, they want to be screaming and shit. They want that dude who look like he gonna make them scream. You know? Now, if he can look like he make them scream. In fact, that's why you'll see a lot of fine-ass women, but you see the guys, and they be alright. They ain't gonna be totally jacked up, but they be alright. But the dudes be wondering, like, why is she with him? Like, these dudes focus on the face. I was like, you don't have a vagina. He probably fucking the shit out of him. Hell. That dude average looking, but, you know, he got that 7 inches or more, and he know what to do with it. Shit. Guess who gonna beat out? Because I'm gonna look, let me just be raw with some shit. Let me just be fucking raw with some shit. I see a lot of dudes talking about this and that, about relationships and all of this. I don't hear enough people talking about sex. I'm serious. I don't hear enough people talking about sex and who the woman actually going to fuck with. Because how you look really has nothing to do. Well, how you look on a pure physical thing had nothing to do with whether or not you can hit that shit. Because really, for that sexual part, it's in your attitude, how you move and everything. That's why sometimes you could just walk and it drives a woman crazy. Oh, Maserati. I'm gonna give me a Maserati. That'll be my next car. But anyway, that's why they looking at it. They looking at how rough you can be and stuff. How dominant you can be. Even if you quiet. Do you have that quiet intensity? Like anybody who been in the streets and been around some real people, you seen that one dude who be just sitting there real quiet, but you give him a wide berth. He sitting there ain't saying shit. Well, that shit turn a woman on. It be like, that's why I'm gonna be real. That's why a lot of women fuck with a thug. That's a real reason. People think something wrong with him. A thug look like he'll tear that shit up. You know, look like he ain't gonna tear that shit up. So they want that rough looking dude. Money for sex. At the minimum. That's why if you take an honest look, at the dudes really getting the pussy out here, really getting the pussy. It ain't that person they went crazy over just because they saw their shit on IG or Tinder or TikTok or whatever. Nah, I'd be that rougher dude. Probably don't get all that, but once he around that woman and she act funny and she be acting funky or something around him, and he be like, man, shut the fuck up. You know? You know, kind of like if y'all saw, in fact, I'm gonna put a scene in from a movie with departed now ancestor DMX from the movie Belly. I think I shared this scene before, but I'm gonna share it again. Because it's a scene where you're having sex with a woman. If you just look at his manner and everything, women go crazy over that shit. Women go crazy over that shit. And a lot of women, especially these women, got that dual mating thing, especially women cheating. Because let me just say something. And then, you know what? I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow when I do my video. But People gotta understand, if you really want an idea about what really women really want to do, who they gonna go for, try to get an idea of who they cheating with. You're like, you know, a lot of people got some against the side men and everything, a lot of dudes, and you know, and yeah, there's some issues and all of this, but it tells you more about who a woman really want. Think about it. Because if she's dealing with a side man, that's just purely for sex. Purely for sex. Side men don't be spending money on her. Side men don't be taking her out. Shoot, that side man will tell you more about who that woman is than anything else. Because that's more of a real face. So I'm going to talk about that joint tomorrow. I'm going to put that thing with DMX. But yeah, they want that roughness and shit. You know? Because if you just look passive, if you just look a certain way, okay, fine, which their action. You might get her over there to talk to you. But that's why there's a lot of dudes. And they'll say they're handsome, can't figure it out. I say, you don't come off as rough. You got to come off as rough or something. Seriously. So, anyway. That's all I got for today, y'all. I gotta go ahead and get my stuff. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace and blessings.